Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 2023 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com, which is also listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Interesting. I like this, but it's interesting. Okay. So let's see what spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have mystical reversed. And that makes sense with this. So, what's coming in here is we're crowned with the Page of Swords. There's a lot that we're going to be learning during this time, whether we think we need to learn it or not. So that's irrelevant. Like, Spirit's like, there's a lot that's going to be coming here. There can also be a lot of questions being asked, a bunch of ways that we're seeing different things move forward. There's a group that we might not love working with, okay? But we're going to see ourselves moving forward in prosperity, success, bounty. We're getting what we wish for. But there has been a time where kind of like the love for what we're doing or the way that we want to be move forward seems to be taken out of things, or we're focusing only on one way of doing things and one side of ourselves instead of looking at the complexity of us and letting that really shine in our work. So just be aware of that there's a sense of we're calling back the spark, we're calling back the fire during this time. There can be the sense of like it felt like a drudgery for a while, and October is where we start to get that spark back, that fire back, that determination, that insight, and that little sense of embracing both of us. Okay, so we have the lovers here, which is Gemini energy. Gemini is representative of the twins, and it's the duality of our own nature. We're looking at one side of ourselves and not the other side of us. All of us have a duality to them. Geminis just tend to, kind of go with that flow of duality more than other signs. So here we're calling it back. We're also getting back what we love, like our passion for what we're doing is coming forward again. And it has been something that we're calling back into ourselves during this time. Let's see what spirit wants us to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Yeah, the Fool reversed. The Fool reversed is the sense of kind of like if I change locations or if I change things, then obviously it's all going to be better. And spirit's like, not necessarily, not necessarily. Here, there's also a foolish energy of like trying to run into things too quickly. And this is really looking at now, what do I love? What do I want? Where do I need to be? How am I moving forward for me? And that's going to be really important here. With the Page of Swords, there is so much that you're going to be learning during this time. Do you want to be a student? You might not be the most thrilled about it, but you are going to really soak things in and find it challenging, find it fun, find it intriguing, find everything that you're learning and collaborating with coming together. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be having workshops at work or, team building projects or anything like that. It can also mean that you're learning something new in your day-to-day life that is rekindling that spark, that fire that has gone out, that has made things like, oh, okay, this again type of deal. And that spark comes back, that fire comes back. And you start to see yourself moving forward in more determination and more insight with greater ideas and greater inspiration. And that's going to be a really great thing. You also have somebody around you. Now, this can be a child, this could be somebody with childlike wonder to them who likes to ask a lot of questions, who likes to dive deeper into things, who is like, well, what about this and what about that? And really has you looking at things in a new way. And that's also going to be part of our proclivity during this time. Our personal inclination is going to be towards looking at things in a new way, calling back our fire, cutting through doubts and fears, negativities, hurts, pains, and really saying, this is what I want. And also having confidence within our own voice is going to be a huge thing for us. With the Three of Coins, this is working together. So again, like team building, things might not be that far in the future or might be a part of your everyday, but there's also a sense of really working with others, of collaboration, of insight, even if you're a one person show, right? Even if you work at home by yourself, you are going to find that you get a lot of inspiration from watching YouTube videos or watching inspirational videos or learning new things. That's going to be super important. So there might be, people who work on a team and this is like, oh, okay, this is the team that I work on, very kind of straightforward. And there might be others of us who, whose career is a little bit more insulated or a little bit more like, just the one person. And your inspiration will come through different mediums. But still, it's going to be so inspiring, so prosperous. You're going to start to see your prosperity building. You're going to start to see your bounty, the way you're able to call for forward money. Money is going to be really important. And this comes after a time of kind of like that spark was gone. When you're in a relationship and you think, I'm just not into this anymore. And it can be something that you work through, or it can be something where you're like, okay, this relationship is now over. And you felt that way with work for some time, Virgo. It's like, okay, either things get better or else I'm just out of here. And this is going to be a time where you start to rekindle your love. Now, you might be finding a new job. That could definitely be. Spirit is not saying to stay anywhere that you are unhappy, but it is also saying do not jump the gun and leave without a backup plan. Do not, because being able to pay your bills is a heck of a lot less stressful than not being able to pay your bills, right? So here, with the Lovers reverse, there is something here that we haven't loved, we haven't been in love with it, right? It's at work. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be a team that we were put on or a team that we had to work with, and we were like, oh my gosh, these people, they just go against the very grain of your being, but you were able to kind of like stick it out, move things forward, and now the love is coming back. The love is coming back, and it is something that we are actively working towards because the King of Cup moves in love. The King of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So if you have strong water sign energy in your chart, that's going to be shining through. If you don't, Scorpio energy, which is like mid-October, October 23rd, right, to November 21st, you can find that that's the time where you start moving in love and in passion with things, that you start, finding that rhythm again, which can seem like a really long time away, but it'll be here before we know it. But that love is coming back. You can have a problem that started in Gemini time period, which is May 21st to June 20th. You can also be dealing with people who are rather two-faced with things, and you're going to see that really calming down because that has made the work environment like an orchestra that isn't, that isn't tuned, that doesn't know how to play with each other, and it's just been like nails screeching on a chalkboard. Chalkboard. There we go. And so Spirit is saying here, work hasn't been that inspiring, but the inspiration, the wish, the joy, the prosperity, it is coming back. And you're going to see yourself moving forward. And again, this can open up new doors. The way that we move forward is going to be very individualized because this is a general reading, right? And so here with the Eight of Coins reversed, there is a sense of of not always being into what you're doing. And that is okay. Sometimes we show up and that's enough, right? Showing up is all that we can bring to the table at that time. And we might work at half mast or, like again, just in show up mode. And that's okay. Some days we're going to have to do this in October, but just in life, some days showing up, getting out of bed is the best that we can do. And here with the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Coins reversed, there is a real sense of how do I move forward towards where I want to be? How do I get that spark back in my work, in what I want to create and want to cultivate in my life? And that could be, again, a project that we do or something that we're doing outside of work that is able to build that spark, to build up that positive energy, to build up our prosperity, to move us forward in work in an absolutely amazing way. So just be aware of that. There is just kind of this like drudgery time period that is coming to an end, which is very, very, very great for us. With the Nine of Cups, this is a wish being granted: prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. This is sharing the wealth with others. We need to be very mindful of that kind of like hoarding mentality that the world can have with prosperity and success. It's like, no, I'm letting it shine. I'm letting myself shine. I'm moving it out there and I am connecting with what I love, with what is abundant to me. Because that's also a problem that we're having at work or that we have had at work where people want to, gatekeep, hoard their knowledge, hoard their success. And it's like, no, especially if you can work well with other people, and there's not this backstabbing energy that may very well have been going on before, you are going to find that you move forward. Success, prosperity, and abundance. Be mindful of who you trust because not everybody has your best intention at heart, right? People usually have their best intention at heart. And this is going to be a time where we hold our wish. This is the cross our fingers for a wish. This is, what does my soul deeply want? Where do I want to be? And it's moving towards that success. It is moving towards our love, what we want in our lives. The tough cycle is coming to an end and it's over, right? And we're moving towards prosperity, success, bounty. This is leading by example. This is not being pulled in the mud with others. This is really saying, okay, this is what I love. This is where I want to be. This is what I need. This is also really good leadership coming in, and giving people an example of like, this is how we do things, right? Top down. Like, this is how we act. This is how we move forward. We're seeing it from the very head of things. We're seeing it from, powerful people. And now we're moving forward in that power and in that connection with what we want and where we're going and what's important to us. And if we're sitting here saying, Dane, I have a really bad boss. He doesn't, act like this, or she doesn't act like this. It is going to be a time where we look at the examples that we want to emulate. And it can be a changing of, teams. It can be a changing of, situations that needs to be done to have that good leadership. But it can also be that we are that good leadership. We are that person that shines with the love and the passion and the light and the duality of self and the connection, and we move that forward in just a spectacular way. Because the heart means more than we realize it does. Virgo. And during this time, during this time of prosperity, success, money, career, we have looked at what was crazy. We have looked at what got turned upside down. And now we're like, I'm harmonizing it. I'm harmonizing me. And the first thing when an orchestra is completely out of tune, it's to get everybody to focus on their individual selves, right? Focusing on harmonizing their instruments. And then everything starts to fall into place. But we need that good conductor. We need that good leader forward. And that good leader can very well be you, Virgo, because you definitely have that in you. Our subconscious spirit message is relax. Don't take everything so seriously. Don't put everything on your shoulders. It is a time to relax. It is a time, yes, to know what you want. You're figuring it out. If you're not like, oh yes, I know exactly what I want, Dane. You can be like, okay, I'm figuring it out. I know what I don't want, which is also a blessing that sometimes we just don't see. And moving forward in a relaxed, kind of more, what does my soul need? Energy, which actually will manifest into more prosperity, more wealth, and more abundance. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. This is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is vampiric energy. The Four of Pentacles is old seeds of doubt and fear and, I can't be prosperous energy that seeps in and wants to steal away our wealth. It's vampiric energy that comes in. And we're looking at that vampiric energy, those vampiric patterns, like those seeds, those poisonous seeds that have been planted in us. And we are saying, no, no, you do not get to grow in my soul, in my spirit, in myself. I am moving me forward. And that's going to be highly, highly, highly beneficial. But we need to be mindful of that vampiric energy, those old trauma patterns, those old doubts, those old fears coming back and wanting to pull us down. Kind of like, what is it? I was going to say Bob Marley, but that's wrong. He's the singer. And it is, I forget his first name. If you know it, put it in the comment box. But in a Christmas Carol by Dickens, right? It's Marley's chains that hold him back, and that Scrooge heard coming up the stairs in his house. So here it's like, don't let those chains be what pull you back into doubt, into fear, into what can't be done, because there's so much prosperity and promise to you, Virgo. Let it shine. And it moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Page of Cups. It is being a student of our heart. It is connection, with our emotions. The mind and the heart are absolutely connected with each other. The heart speaks to the mind more than the mind speaks to the heart. So it is really being a student of, what do I love? How do I feed that love? How do I move me forward? Where is it that I need to be for myself? And how do I let myself shine? You're very, very linked, Virgo, right now with water sign energy. Again, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy. But this is a time where it's like, okay, what am I learning? What is my heart telling me? And you could have somebody around you whose heart shines. They lead with their heart, and Spirit's like, follow that, lead with your heart, Virgo. And it's just going to be a brilliant thing. Okay, Virgo, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace. All right, Virgo, sending all the love your way. God bless. Bye.